It's gotten to the point where I wake up every morning cringing, getting ready to check my phone. There have been a ton of YouTubers lately coming out, and before you attack me for jumping on this trend, I actually do have a point to this. There have been a ton of YouTubers coming out saying how they're quitting YouTube, one reason or another, whether it's a valid one or not, and then other YouTubers commenting on everyone else quitting. Well, I've watched a few of them, not all of them, because admittedly, I don't really watch YouTube. I know, shock. I just make the videos because I want to teach photography. Well, I'll get into the why later, but I've noticed that no one has gotten it right. And I don't know if maybe I'm the only one feeling this way or if everyone else is just not bothered by this, but I feel like no one is talking drastically enough about the problem behind YouTube and why it's really not a great living. A lot of people have been talking about quitting YouTube because, well, I want to spend more time with my family, or it's such a grind, I didn't realize how much work it is, or I'm not making enough money, or I'm making too much money that now I don't actually have to continue making YouTube videos. Well, maybe all of these things are true. I have to say, to the people who are quitting because, oh my gosh, this is work. Well, duh. What did you think? I mean, I have to admit, when I first started YouTube, or when I wasn't running my own YouTube channel and I would look at other creators, I would think, wow, that's really easy and that can't take as much time. Or maybe you're doing that because you couldn't make it as a photographer. Well, I kind of shot myself in the foot, and I am a full-time photographer and a full-time YouTuber or content creator, whatever you want to call it. And let me tell you, yes, it is absolutely hard work. But as someone who's a photographer, owns my own business, I've had for the past 16 years, own my own photography business, I wasn't afraid of the hard work. The hard work doesn't really bother me. I'm pretty big into systems and hiring the people that I need to hire so that I can get the job done. Yeah, it's a lot of work. I'm sorry some of you are surprised by that, but that part was kind of eh. The other part is about the making money. Now, this I can definitely relate to, because in the beginning, it is slow going. Now, I understand if you're not making money as a YouTuber and you want to give up, you're probably near the beginning, totally understandable. Making money is actually extremely difficult on YouTube because there is a ton of shame associated with it. By the way, we haven't gone to the reason that I would quit YouTube yet, and have almost a lot. We'll get to that, I promise, quickly, because it's actually what I want to talk about. But the funny thing about YouTube is there's weirdly this amount of shame attached to making money on YouTube, or grumbling associated with it. If I'm a photographer and I charge the service of photography, I put food on my table with the money that I make as a photographer, I raise my prices because, well, I have kids now and I need to pay for these things. Nobody really shames on that. I mean, like, some people do, but like, I'm talking the majority of people understand that you have to make a living. On YouTube though, you're shamed for making money in so many ways. You're shamed if you decide to take a deal from a no-name brand. You're shamed if you take a big deal and then you're not allowed to have an opinion anymore, by the way. So if you are so blessed or you've worked hard enough to get sponsored by, say, Canon, you're not allowed to have an opinion about Canon cameras anymore, or Canon lenses, because, well, you're getting paid or you work with them closely. And that just sucks. You know, I've been a photographer for the past 25 years and now you're going to tell me I can't have an opinion about the brand that I've used and trusted for over 2 decades? What is that? So there is a little bit of a shame attached to making money. People grumble about commercials, and you know, I mean, I get it. Guess what? This video is sponsored. You're going to hear about it in a little bit, but stop attacking the creator. And that is where my reason for quitting YouTube would lie. It's the online abuse. I'm not even going to call it trolls. I'm just going to call it online abuse, because at this point I wake up just cringing, opening up my Instagram, opening up my YouTube, and just waiting for the trolls to come. And I do have to say, after hiding quite a lot of you, and it's cute because you all think that you're commenting and everyone can see it, but only you can see it. After hiding a lot of you guys, I don't actually see that much anymore. Now, I'm not talking about the difference of opinion. You have a difference of opinion, you go ahead and say it. I am all for that. I want to hear your opinion. In fact, But you come out and flat attack me, that's a different story. I actually have a collection in my phone of screenshots I've saved of the most rude or nitpicky things. I mean, everything from, you really should look at this video. You should look at it and you should smile more. You don't have to be so serious. I'm sorry. Did a man just tell a woman that she needs to smile a little more? Are you kidding me? Do you want me to dance for you too? Unbelievable. So little nitpicky things like that. Two, well, yeah, my audio wasn't the best before, but I fixed that. Your work sucks. You have no idea what you're talking about, and everything in between. A lot of it is from online trolls, faceless people, and quite frankly, the people who have told me my work sucks. It's funny, you go look at theirs and you're like, huh, okay. I think I'm not going to take advice from you, sir. There's just so much of it, and it takes a serious mental toll that to me is way worse than all the work, way worse than chasing brand deals or having them chase you or having people mad at you that you got brand deals. The complete and utter emotional disarray that happens when you become a YouTuber, to me, that's the worst part. And it's not just the online trolls, by the way. It's your friends that were cheering you on and they saw how hard you worked. And then when you finally made it, suddenly they're not cheering you on anymore and they're nitpicking you and they're deciding that, what, I don't like the things that she says when, it's not like anything has really changed. And then for me personally, as a woman, I have this fine line to dance. I dress up. I'm told that, oh, you're showing too much of your face or you're showing off your body to get clicks. You know what? How about this? I bought a dress that I liked and I wore it for one filming day, which by the way, I do film sometimes 5 to 12 videos per day. Just for the record, I like to streamline things. So I choose to wear it one day. I felt good in it. It was at a time where I wasn't too happy with my body or my weight. And I buy this dress that makes me feel freaking amazing. So you know what? I wear it in a total of like 5 videos and I get bashed for that. Or the flip side, which just might happen today because I didn't really do all my makeup and didn't exactly do my hair. I flat out have people tell me that I'm not taking it seriously enough. Oh, do you own a brush? Or my favorite, I think you're working too hard, Vanessa. You look tired. Why don't you go and rest up? With all of this, it takes an absolute toll on my mental health. And I know it does plenty of other YouTubers because we talk about it. And it's great that I have other YouTube friends to talk to about this, but cue our sponsor, I have somebody else you can talk to about it. Believe it or not, while I was thinking about making this video, BetterHelp reached out to me and it was the perfect fit for a sponsor because not only have I used BetterHelp myself in the past, but I've been going through this total mental toll because of the culture of spewing every bit of hatred online. I think a lot of us are going through that. And we feel all this hate coming from so many different places, all this tension culturally around the world, in the US, and it's just a lot. So BetterHelp, if you're not familiar with them, they connect you to a licensed therapist, usually within 48 hours. And best of all, if you don't like your therapist, you could change. You're able to connect with that therapist on your computer, on your phone, via messages or video chat. I personally liked doing video chat, just that face-to-face is nice, but it's also great to be able to message every once in a while right through the app. The information I know I personally have gotten and you can expect if you try BetterHelp is unbiased and helpful and definitely a great sounding board to help you think of other things to get through these situations of all of your haters and online bullies, other than the one that I get from my friends, which is usually ignore it. If you use my link, you're going to get a special discount that's good for the first month. I'm not ashamed to say that I need therapy. In fact, I probably need a lot of it, whether it's for my family, my husband, or all of you YouTube trolls. If you've never tried a therapist before, I encourage you to give it a try. I think it's great. Just having someone to bounce ideas off of, even if they're positive ones, and maybe it's something that you talk about before you make any big moves, any big actions, or maybe it's after the fact, after you're hurting or can't deal with the mental stress of your job, like being a YouTuber. They're great in so many different facets of your life. So hit that link that you see below and it's in the description. I think it's so perfectly appropriate to what we're talking about. So I I've sat here and complained for quite some time. I could go on, and you know what? I have decided not to ignore it. Ignoring it is not my thing. I will address it head on if I think something is totally wrong. Like if we want to address the elephant in the room, that random Reddit guy that has since anonymously deleted his account along with several others in that thread, the Reddit thread that accused me of, I don't know, buying bots. I got news for you. I'm a businesswoman above most other things. Buying bots does not serve my intentions. Bots are not going to put food on my table. And quite frankly, I don't like talking to robots. I like talking to all of you. So should I quit YouTube? Do I want to quit YouTube? Yes, quite frankly, I do. And why haven't I? It's because of all of you. Well, I will admit, yes, it's because this is part of my job. I do feed my family with the income that I have on the education side. But if I left all of this and I quit this side of content creation, YouTube, being an educator in the industry, I'd be okay. I still have my very affluent photography business, and I could just do that and I would be fine. But to be honest, it does not give me the satisfaction that I get from all of you. Because amidst all the trolls, there are some wonderful, wonderful human beings. And I just came back from WPPI. I'm headed into Shutterfest, went to imaging, and I'm speaking at all these conventions. And the number one thing that keeps me going, whether it's in person there or on YouTube, it's all of you.
Vanessa Joy just put my settings on my camera, and I am never changing these ever. Ever.
Not just all of you, the fact that you're there and getting all these numbers, that's nice, but it's when I hear stories. My photo insiders who have learned Flash. I love hearing the before and after stories. How before you were struggling with Flash and you were just going to be a natural light photographer and you never use it, to now I'm proficient in Flash and I love it and I feel so much creative freedom. If you're not a photo insider, there's a link below where you can see what that's all about. One of my other favorite things to hear is how I've actually changed their lives because of the business education that I give. I teach on things like social media and marketing, how to run a business, how to be effective, how to raise your prices, reach luxury clientele, and how to sell product in your photography business. Now, that may all sound superficial, and quite frankly, I get yelled at for teaching those things because, oh, it's, you're a marketing shill. Well, you know what? Whatever. I might be that if you want to see me as that, but I'm helping other people put food on their tables. And when I hear those stories about how someone who I mentored for free, actually, how I took apart his business, told him 100 different things to change, and then I hear from him later about how I didn't just change his business, his photography, I changed his life. I had an effect on him, his wife, and his kids because now they're not in financial straits anymore. That's why I do this. So I couldn't keep hearing about all these YouTubers quitting and then watching everyone else comment on them without addressing what I think is the biggest reason a lot of people quit, or at least the reason that I would quit. It's all the negativity, the crazy toxicity that comes with being somewhere in the spotlight and ultimately judged more harshly than anyone else. And that's biblical if you are from the Judeo-Christian belief system. So I get that. Leaders are judged more harshly, and I can understand that, but it takes a toll. And if I were to ever quit YouTube, that would be it. I would just want to go away in silence. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I would say goodbye to you guys and just fade into the background and peacefully hang out with my family instead and maybe take a few photos. But I don't see myself quitting anytime soon. I am here for you and I hope you stick around. Make sure you hit like, subscribe, all the things. And if you're not a photo insider, that's the best place to go. That's where I actually go live. We're going live in just 32 minutes. Monthly, we go live. We have chats. We talk about everything business, everything photography, tons of educational videos on there. You've seen some of the shorter clips on this YouTube channel, but we have full behind the scenes shoots, educational tutorials on pretty much every bit of photography that you can think of, whether it's indoor, outdoor, natural light, flash, continuous light, weddings, portraits. I've got it all there in Photo Insiders. So I do hope you join me there. That is where I hang out the most because quite frankly, I can't stand the negativity hanging out anywhere else. But I'll still be here with you guys. Yeah, this is the most negative video I think I've ever recorded. I don't know. I had to get it out there. It sucks. And the things you say, you're saying them to human beings. and it does affect us. So the next time you get annoyed or mad, because we all do, and you think about leaving a nasty comment, how about you try a kind one instead? Just a thought. Do you want to say hi? Come here, Loki. Loki, come here. Come. Oh, yes. Oh, there's the baby. Oh, yes, I love you. Yeah, you want to say hello? This is Loki. You want to say hello to the people? Yes, you do. Yes, you do.